The stock market is unreal. Let's bring in pro trader Jared Levy, Director of Investments at DBHW. Good to see you, Jared. What a shockaroo with this stock market in record territory, despite what's happening in Washington.
Making our way through the shutdown. It's kind of crazy, right? So we just continue to rally through here. One of the concerns I have, though, is this becomes, kind of a political tool, and it does do harm to our confidence as a society and our stability, and as much as it's like, oh, it's a shutdown, the folks that are affected by this, which there are many furloughed government workers, they're not going to be spending or spending less. They're going to be maybe looking for other work. They're going to be less confident, right? So all that puts more pressure on the economy and on the labor market, and what's weird is I almost feel like this rally is because all these folks that are furloughed, it almost puts more pressure on the Fed to maybe lower rates faster. It's kind of this weird bad news is good news. If you remember, from time to time over history, you've seen that. So remember, once the government reopens, what am I looking for? Well, we need this BLS report. That data is not out yet. They're going to give us a new date. I am looking forward to tomorrow's FOMC minutes. That's going to give us more color, more detail and tone from last month's Fed meeting. That's going to again, firm up just how bullish or how hawkish or how dovish they were. And again, as we know, all this data is impacting it. Thursday, well, there may not be unemployment data. The other thing I'm looking for is once this data comes out, there could be an outsized move by the markets. And again, I know I've been talking about being careful, getting cautious here, being a little bit more defensive. But I think now more than ever, because we've got sort of this buildup of government data that's all going to be released at once or, sooner than later, and it's going to be backdated, there could be a problem there. Friday, lastly, I'm looking at University of Michigan's preliminary consumer sentiment. That's also expected to decrease yet again, and the inflation expectations. But I would say, guys, please continue to be cautious up here. This is really a parabolic move. If you've got some profits, protect them. And that's been my story for the past 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm kind of sticking to it.
Thank you, Jared.
Thanks, Angie.